Greetings, friends! What a beautiful start to this morning. It's overcast, yes, but the temperature is like perfect for doing the things that we need to do outside right now. Right now, Lacey is working inside the greenhouse close to our house with Sarah, our new farm help, which we're really excited about to have her on. Yeah, a little sad that she had to leave her former place of being shut down, but so glad to have her here. They've been going to town, ripping out the old cucumber plants that we're feeding to the goats here, feeding them some big cucumbers that they really enjoy, as well as they are eating some of the vines that Lacey and Sarah pulled out. Micah and Selah are down in the main part of the garden harvesting eggplant and peppers and various things. So we're having a good start to this morning while Josiah's over here helping me out. One of the things that we have been dealing with here, and I don't want to complain because I know some of you haven't been dealing with this, is we've been getting a lot of rain and strong thunderstorms. I know some of you may be in places where you've been dealing with droughts, but here we've been getting a tremendous amount of rain. So hoping it breaks, and hopefully we can spread it out to those of you guys out there who aren't getting a lot of rain. Well, we're making some progress here, and the goats are still enjoying what they have here. You too, Bucky? You liking what we're giving you? Yeah, you're a cucumber guy, aren't you? Yep. So we're back full swing, getting back into the groove from our trip. And Josiah, what was one of the things that you really enjoyed about our trip? I know we did a lot of different things, right? But what'd you like?
I like seeing the Bigfoot monster truck.
That was not the main part of our trip at all. But on our way out to Missouri, we stopped at this gas station, and it happened to be right near a Ford dealership that had Bigfoot, the monster truck. And when I was a kid, Bigfoot was my favorite monster truck. He's retired now, and everybody's about Gravedigger and all these other monster trucks. But I can still remember all the different commercials that had Bigfoot in it when I was a kid. And Bigfoot was the one that most people like to see. There's a number of things that I really liked about the trip. Of course, it was neat seeing Bigfoot. But I also really enjoy when we have the opportunity to take these kind of trips to get to know other people and getting to build new relationships and deepen other relationships that we've started in the past. I really enjoyed connecting with Greg Judy and getting to meet him and his wife and seeing his farm. We even had dinner with them, and they served us with farm food, things that they had grown themselves, so that was really enjoyable to do that. And we also got to stay in their Airbnb, which is really nice bedroom. And one of the things that I liked about it, which some people may not like, is it didn't have a TV, and the kids are like, they don't have a TV here, Dad. I was like, yeah, that's good. So when you get to go there, you just kind of get to disconnect and reconnect to one another. They even had a neat little garden outside, and it's like he's growing and raising things everywhere. Well, we're gonna head back over there and see if the ladies need to dump any more of the cucumber plants. We also got some work to do right here in the high tunnel right behind me. Things are still going well here. We just got to get more weed control going on and things going. We also need to harvest some tomatoes here. There's a bunch of tomatoes still growing in here. And one of the reasons we're pulling the cucumbers out of the greenhouse near our house is it just got so hot in there, and those plants were just starting to die off. So it was like, let's just go ahead and pull those out. Let's start planting some other things in there. So no need to keep plants in there that aren't producing for us. But in here, tomatoes are still producing for us, and the cucumbers are still as well.
Daddy, look at the riding spider.
Oh yeah, look at that riding spider. It's a beautiful spider there. Good for helping out with pest control in here. Just some more of our coworkers there, right?
Yep.
Oh, he's even got a meal going on there. He's eating something up. Does it look like that to you? Yep. Got something munching on in there. What's that?
I think it's a shed from the riding spider that's over here.
Oh, wow.
I think I always thought that those were dead spiders. But it's just them getting bigger. I think so. It's all hollow. And then the big one, it's right over here. It has a kill and everything. It's all wrapped up.
That's pretty cool. We were just talking about a riding spider that's up there. We were just talking about that, weren't we, Josiah? Mm-hmm. It's looking great in here, ladies. Let's see, so you harvest from these plants here. Yeah, looks like you guys have done a great job. Did you get a lot to harvest?
Yeah.
And what about the eggplant? Did you get enough of those?
Yes, sir, we did. We got plenty of those.
Really? Well, let's check on that too. We're just gonna check to see if there's any more fruit on the plant. At least the ones that need to be harvested. We're gonna leave the smaller ones, right?
Yep.
There we go. These are some good looking plants here though. These might be the biggest eggplant that we have grown. Like this one's pretty tall, look at there. It's like right up there. Just nice. Yeah, it is pretty taller than you, isn't it, Micah?
It is.
It is. Yeah. I just see a couple more in there. Let's walk along this side, let's get a couple more. I think we might have some watermelons that are ready too. Let me check on those while you're getting those eggplant. Alrighty, so this watermelon looks ready here. This was our first year really growing watermelon successfully. However, one of the things that I'm not liking that we did, and we'll have to figure out how to do better next time, is there's just so much other plants that have grown up alongside of it, and I don't like this at all. We could have used more landscape fabric maybe to suppress the weeds, but it's what it is. We just chalk it up as a learning lesson. But this one right here looks like it is ready. We've harvested a couple of watermelons from this area so far, and they have been really, really good. So really excited that we have been successful. The first time ever here growing watermelons. Ooh, you found another one?
Yeah.
Think it's ready? See how it sounds, just dump on it. Does that sound ready to you think? Think that's gonna be a yummy one?
Yeah.
Let's see if that other one's ready that you were showing me, Micah.
Yes,
So it sounds hollow. It's got a light spot on it, so I think it's ready. Oh, this one looks like it's ready too, a little smaller. We'll see. Doesn't sound as hollow, but we'll have to see. So go ahead and put this over there with the other one.
Hollow. Ah, this is heavy.
See. Oh, there's a couple in here. Let's see if that one looks ready. That one's big. Yeah, I think it might be ready too. You want to carry that one on over there too? Yep.
Ow!
Wow, you're getting a workout in. I don't think those are ready yet, but we do know we have them. Let's see, we got another one here. That one ready? I might need a little bit longer. Let's see how those other ones look on the inside before we harvest more. But that other one looks ready too. That's pretty good. Got it? Here we go. Put one in my hand. There you go. Did you get to work out there with those muscles? You did. Alrighty, so our little harvest here of watermelons. We also harvested some of these smaller cantaloupes earlier. This one split open, so we didn't get to it soon enough, but it looks like it was developing well. Might be still good, so we'll have to try, wash these off and see. And we also have corn and green beans growing back here, don't we, Sailor?
Yep.
What else? Are they ready to be harvested yet?
Yeah, some of them are. We don't just have green beans. We have purple beans.
Those look pretty neat. So we can harvest some of those?
Yep.
Well, man, the humidity's starting to crank up now. I'm starting to sweat. What about you?
Yeah.
Man, I definitely felt cooler up there when we were working, but down right now it's just like the air is getting thicker. So that's just the way it goes around here. So this is what it is. Oh, I just thought about something we haven't had the opportunity to share with people. When I don't know how long ago it was, but we recently visited by an egret. It's not very often we get an egret here, but we were. And I can't remember who saw it first, me or you?
I don't remember, but it flew in with the ducks.
It did, and it was just hanging out down there, and the ducks were first freaking out, going crazy, but then they just started to relax and they were just hanging out together. And then it flew away for a little bit, right? And then I was just outside working down in the garden, and I was just doing what I needed to, and then it flew right back, and it was probably about the distance from where I'm standing now to probably this corn stalk right there. And I was like, interesting. That doesn't normally happen, that a wild bird just feels very comfortable just coming and landing beside me. But I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. So what did you think about it, egret?
I thought it was cool, and I got to get some close-up shots of it too.
Man, so sometimes we never know what all the different animals we'll see while we're out here, but it's neat when we get to see them. So we're gonna wash these watermelon off here in a little bit, but we're gonna go work at the high tunnel, just removing some weeds and cleaning up around there, because we're supposed to have some more rain coming again today. So we're gonna see what we can get done, get knocked out over there. Well, our work continued around the farmstead. And since we've gotten so much rain recently, the weeds, the unwanted plants, have just exploded. So that was the main thing that we continued to focus on this morning. After Lacey and Sarah finished in the greenhouse, next they moved up to the high tunnel to help me out, where the weeds are trying to take over. And even though our cucumbers in the greenhouse are done for the season, here in the high tunnel, they're still doing well as our tomatoes are still producing. So as Sarah and I were weeding around the plants, Lacey was pruning our tomatoes to see if we can get even more production out of them this year. And one of the things that I really strive to do around here is sustainable recycling. So excess produce, food scraps, and weeds like we're pulling up today, they don't just go somewhere to sit. No, they actually get reused, whether the animals eat them or they're making some compost for us. And let me just say, it is so nice to have an extra hand here on the homestead. Sarah has been a big help today. So after we finished up, it was time for lunch. And for lunch, Lacey sliced up one of the Sugar Baby watermelons that we harvested today.
Cool. Ooh.
You should get the Baker Creek catalog and figure it out. No, I'm not that curious. So Sarah. That's good. It was real sweet.
I know it feels.
Watermelon seeds didn't contest. But I'm thinking garlic was chopped on his cutting board right before. So it's like.
You like it?
Garlic watermelon.
I thought that was just my imagination.
No.
I didn't taste it, but I smelled it.
Yep. I'm like, nope. Tastes like garlic.
Oh, I like garlic though. Soft. Definitely right. Past right. So I usually like my watermelon cold, but this is pretty good. And Lacey likes her watermelon with salt on it.
And the best salt, Redmond real salt.
How do you like yours, Sayla?
I think it's really good.
You like your watermelon any particular way?
Cold.
Cold? Yeah, you like yours cold too. What about you, Sarah? Is there a specific way you like yours?
Ripe and sweet.
Ripe and sweet? I agree with that too. So while we were away, Sarah did a fantastic job looking over our homestead. Typically when we leave, we're able to automate things to where everything pretty much works pretty much fine. But thankfully this time we had Sarah because there was a couple issues, especially with our water, that she did a good job covering our backs and making sure that the animals had water. So we are so thankful you're here to help us out.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
And but I want to ask, why in the world do you want to come help these crazy people who live in the yard, who grow their food, who process these animals sometimes? Why?
Well, I used to have my own animals, and moving to the city, into a different state, I had to lose all of that. I don't have a garden anymore, so coming out here is a good release for me. Doing the things that I love, but not necessarily on my own property. So it helps.
It's like a win-win. We
Yes.
get to help you out, get your little release of
That's right.
farm activity and stuff, and you get some produce here while you're
Yes.
working, and then we really need the help with everything we have going on. So we're really, really glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here. For sure.
So you had animals and stuff growing up, or how did you really get interested
Not
in?
growing up.
Okay.
More like as an adult.
Okay.
Growing up, my dad was a gunsmith, and we had a garden, so I've always enjoyed older things, more natural things. And so whenever my husband and I were probably about 5 years into our marriage, I convinced him to buy a goat. And it just kind of went from there.
Wow.
So goats and gardening. We didn't have a whole lot of goats, just a couple. And chickens, ducks, that sort of stuff.
So most people's lead-in is usually chickens or gardening to just being interested in homesteading, but yours was goats? That's interesting.
It was a goat. Her name was Pepper. She was a pygmy goat. And then from there it went to chickens and ducks.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, and rabbits. Can't forget the rabbits.
Wow, there we go. So what is your favorite aspect of homesteading? Is it the gardening? Is it the animals? What do you like most?
Gardening. I like to get my hands in the dirt.
There we go.
Yeah.
And we definitely had the opportunity to do that
Yes,
today.
for sure.
After enjoying the yummy watermelon, I had to cut up the cantaloupe to see how it tasted, and it was just as yummy. Well, with Sarah's help today, we were able to get a lot done in just a few hours, even more so than we would normally do on our own. So it's nice to have a helping hand here once again. And after everything was done, the only thing left to do was to manage what was harvested today. So I took care of that.